Hi guys, Veronica here, and today we're going to be reading a book. It's called LarryBoy and the Rumor Weed. What? You didn't know there was a story adaptation of LarryBoy and the Rumor Weed? Well, a little background. So you might know LarryBoy and the Rumor Weed from either the VHS tape or the DVD. Now for this DVD, this was the double feature of The Fit from Outer Space and the Rumor Weed. And there's also the DVD version that looks like this. So now it comes to my attention that a Veggietales book like this, which is called Veggietales Bible Storybook. Yeah, Bible Storybook. And wow, what do you know? Story adaptation of LarryBoy and the Rumor Weed. Now personally, I had this book for I don't know how many years, but I haven't looked at it since. However, I'm pretty curious to know, will this story adaptation be true to the movie or not? Like, I don't know, I got a few minutes to waste, so let's get started. Okay, first of all, take a look at the cover art at the beginning of the story. Yeah, it's got its basic likeness. You have our superhero and we have our villain. And then we have the city backdrop. I'm not too crazy about the font for the title itself. I mean, the font here, you can see right here, is a little bit better than the one in here. So now we turn to the first page. Alright, so it starts off. "Thank you so much for having me," Alfred the butler said as he finished his career day speech at the Veggie Valley grade school. Oh God, we're in trouble. I just have one question, and basically, here's your first problem. Where's the opening scene where LarryBoy takes on the Milk Money Bandit? Like after the Milk Money Bandit has robbed two kids as they were walking out of a movie theater. Where's that scene? Is it in here? Did I overlook that? No. It's like they basically start off with the classroom scene with Alfred right here. And career day? What career day? I mean, that wasn't mentioned in the movie. Like, nobody was celebrating career day in that movie. Well, anyways. Right, so Alfred goes on to say, "I'd love to stay longer, but I'm very tired. I'd better go home and recharge my batteries." Oh yeah, and we get this weird transition right here. And be ready for that if you're reading this book. It's like the transitional words saying... The transitional words are capitalized in bold letters. Alright, so whenever there's a transitional word in this story, I'm just gonna, like, do this. Later that day... Alright. Okay, so. Later that day. "Did you hear what Mr. Alfred said?" Junior asked Laura as they walked home from school. "Yeah," Laura replied. "He said he had to go home and recharge his batteries. I think Mr. Alfred is a robot." Wait a minute, what? They came up with that conclusion in a millisecond? I mean, in the movie, they didn't come up with that shocking revelation until like a few dramatic poses later. Just saying. Suddenly, a strange voice came out of nowhere. "What was that you said?" Yeah, and this is the strange voice talking. Wait a minute. I don't remember that strange voice saying, "What was that you said?" I think the first line was, "Keep what to yourselves." Again, from the movie. Who said that? Laura asked as she looked down and saw a talking weed. Come on, tell me what it is you're keeping to yourselves, the weed continued. Didn't your parents ever teach you to share? Well, we learned something about Mr. Alfred today, Junior explained. We think he's a robot. Moments later, for real, another transitional word in bold letters. For real, guys? I mean, really. See right there. The weed showed up to Percy P's yard. She told Percy that Mr. Alfred was a dangerous robot. Actually, the rumor weed, when she met Percy P, she said that Mr. Alfred was a robot, not a dangerous robot, because she didn't put that together until Percy suggested that robots were dangerous. Again, I'm trying to keep up with the movie here, because the movie's the original version instead of what was put in here. Soon, the rumor weed was introducing herself all over Bumbleberg. So, what is a rumor? Mr. Nezzer asked. Yeah, that was my impression of Mr. Nezzer, so thank you. A rumor starts with a story, the weed explained. Maybe it's true, maybe not. But once you repeat it, it's hard to defeat it. Now look at the mess that you got. Yeah, that was from the Rumor Weed song, you guys. Once you repeat it, it's hard to defeat it. Now look at the mess that you got. And by the way, that was Whatsoever Critic karaoke for you guys. Thank you. So the story goes on to say that it was true. Every time someone in the city repeated the rumor, the weed got bigger. Soon, weeds were popping up all over the city. They were feeding on the story that Junior and Laura had started. The weed was growing powerful roots, capable of breaking sidewalks and even going through walls. If something wasn't done about this terrible rumor weed, the city would be ruined. Okay, wait. The thing about the sidewalks and going through walls and the city being destroyed, that was all told through dialogue in the Larry Cave scene in that movie. So, why isn't there dialogue to express all that? I mean, look. This is what I've just read. And yet, there's no dialogue. One of the things I've learned in writing is that you show, don't tell. I mean, don't you want your readers to, like, get to know your characters or understand what they're going through? I don't know, this is just a writer talking. So back to the story. There was only one thing to do. The mayor picked up the phone and called LarryBoy. For real? I don't get it. I feel like this story is being told out of order. I mean, the mayor didn't pick up the phone and called LarryBoy. Yeah, this is really confusing, like, the story's told out of order. I mean, the mayor picked up the phone and called LarryBoy before the Rumor Weed song. And then after the Rumor Weed song, we get the Larry Cave scene. Trust me, I've seen the movie. I've seen it over and over and over. And while we're on the subject, this book not only is being told out of order, but they've skipped so many parts. They skipped even the major parts of the movie. I mean, I just turned the page here. We're now going from this page to the next page after that phone call was made. Well, according to this book here, after the phone call was being made, here's what the storybook goes on to say. The Larry plane burrowed deep under the city, straight for the weed's root. Okay, book. You missed the scene where Alfred's basically telling LarryBoy to go after the mother weed. And what else did you miss? Oh yeah, you missed Alfred's semi-motivational speech until he himself realizes, oh my god, I hope nothing bad happens. And what else did you miss? LarryMobile driving down the street, turning into a Larry plane, going up in the sky, and then crashing down to earth and burrowing under the ground. Yeah, you've missed all that, book. You missed all of that. I mean, why not create some drama in a storybook version of the movie that you're wanting to tell a story about? I wanted to make it better that the storybook goes on to say that when LarryBoy found the weed, she was so big he couldn't defeat her. Where's the fight scene? And where's her coming out of the darkness to confront LarryBoy? Where's the part where LarryBoy pulls out a gun and says, "Hasta la vista, Weedy"? It's not in here. LarryBoy needs our help, Alfred yelled as he entered the town square. But no one would help Alfred because they thought he was a dangerous robot. LarryBoy and Bumbleberg were doomed. Seriously, they couldn't even build up that part either. I mean, Alfred's learning that people are turning against him and they're calling him a robot. It's like, where's the part where he says, "I'm not a robot, I'm British"? Where's that part, book? Suddenly, oh my god, these transitions are getting stupid now. "You can't stop me," the weed yelled as she broke through the street and grabbed Alfred. She towered high above the tallest building in Bumbleberg. Oh yeah, and you forgot how she says, "Thanks to your friends out there, she's getting bigger by the minute," and then she goes on to laugh. The strangest laugh ever. It's like, she actually said that in the movie. She laughs, and it sounds like she just swallowed a cat or something. I even argued this in one of my blog posts in my Whatsoever Critic blog. I mean, it's hard to take her seriously because of that laugh alone. Or something else, but you forgot that, storybook. Meanwhile, I promise you that's the last transition word in this book. On the street, Junior's dad asked the kids what happened. "Well, we heard Mr. Alfred say that he needed to recharge his batteries," Laura explained. "We thought he was a robot." Okay, why isn't Junior explaining this also? Here, it's just Laura doing all the explaining. But in the movie, Laura explains some of it and then Junior does. I'm sorry to be analytical, you guys, but for what I understand, this book is messing up when it comes to being an adaptation. Mr. Alfred isn't a robot. He isn't a robot, Dad Asparagus said. He's a very nice man. As he said those nice words, the weed sprouted blooms. I mean, anybody could take that as an innuendo because of that phrase. I mean, wouldn't the better description would be like she started growing flowers, like, or something like that, but sprouted blooms? You might want to be careful of the word choice there, writers. Soon, the whole town began saying nice words about Alfred, and the rumor weed turned into a beautiful flower. God doesn't want us to spread words that hurt. He wants us to spread nice words. It says end on the bottom of the page, but I have this one question. Where's LarryBoy? I mean, where is he? Is he stuck in the sewer? Did I read that right? Did I read that right? I mean, he goes down into the sewer, confronts the rumor weed. I mean, he's down there looking up. It's like, Veronica, help. I mean, the story adaptation here doesn't tell whether or not LarryBoy escapes the sewer, like he comes out of the sewer. In the movie, he comes out at the very end, like he's all battered and bruised up, but at least he got out alive. Here, there's no explanation as to what happened to LarryBoy. I mean, does he stay lost in the sewer forever? Hope not. It's like, really, you guys? It's like LarryBoy is saying in the book that, oh, well, I'm here in the sewer now. The rumor weed's defeated, and, so, what am I supposed to do here, guys? Is it over? Is the story over? Can I just come out of the sewer now? Guys? There's probably a bad apple that I have to go after eventually. Even though this is 1999 and I'm supposed to fight the bad apple in 2006. So that means I should be able to come out of the sewer now. Yeah. Shouldn't take long. Guys? Hello? And that's LarryBoy and the Rumor Weed, the storybook adaptation. Now, to say the least, I may have been analytical, like, throughout the whole story. However, I do realize that the story was trying to reach an audience, trying to speak to a certain audience. I mean, when I read the back of this book, the back of this entire book, it says right around here, ages 4 through 8. So, I guess the story was condensed to appeal to those kids at ages 4 through 8. But then again, it misses out on the true spirit of LarryBoy and what he's about. I mean, it wouldn't have hurt to keep some scenes or, like, tell them in a more friendlier way. It would, it wouldn't have hurt much. So overall, for what it is, it's okay, but like for the die-hard LarryBoy fan like me, you should probably expect more of a junior novelization next time. Junior novelization at the very least. I mean, big idea, make it happen. And that was my reading of LarryBoy and the Rumor Weed from this book here called Veggietales Bible Storybook. Feel free to suggest any other storybooks that you want me to read, and please tell Big Idea to give us junior novelizations of the LarryBoy adventures, like right here, like the ones that you see behind me, especially for LarryBoy and the Rumor Weed. So until then, see you guys next time.